On Sunday, I spent most of the day recording everything that happened yesterday in my diary. I open up to a clean page and title it Forced Wedding. Today was a disaster. I got up early to deliver the mail, but I found Professor Grabiner being attacked by a demon or something. At least that's what I thought was happening. So I tried to save him, only to find out that, by crossing the wards, I'd made it so that the demon could get me. Apparently, it was a servant required to protect the Grabiner family, so they said in order to save my life, I had to marry the professor. I can't believe this is happening. Professor Potsdam loaned me a dress, and we had this weird ceremony in the dungeons, and now I'm his wife, only he's not even speaking to me. What a mess. Instead of a wedding reception or a honeymoon, Professor Potsdam took me and Minnie out to dinner at the Glen. Professor Grabiner didn't come. Should I call him Hieronymous now, since he's technically my husband? He'd set me on fire if I did that in class. Better not to do it even here in my diary, I suppose. Minnie tried to cheer me up about all this, but... At that point, Ellen and Virginia entered the room, and I had to put my diary away. I can't let them see what happened. Professor Grabiner told me quite clearly that no one is to know about this. I won't tell them, and I definitely won't tell my parents what had just happened. I guess this is just one more secret I have to keep. Monday morning brings with it another week of classes. Classes with him. I can't really think of him as my husband. He's exactly the same scary teacher he always was. Nothing's changed. We can pretend the whole thing never happened. Right? Nervously, I decide to go to Blue Magic class today. If I avoid him for too long, it will only make things awkward. Maybe if I can show him that nothing has changed, he won't be as angry with me. Maybe if I can be a diligent student, he will respect me again. I remember when Minnie had said that he complimented my hard work at the candle booth. I thought he was starting to respect me then. What would it take to earn back his trust? I bite my lip as I look down at my hands. I am concentrating so hard on how to make Professor Grabiner respect me again that I don't notice that he has stopped lecturing. He only continues after I look up. Apparently, some people have better things to do than to pay attention in class. Perhaps some of you believe you already know everything. How very wrong you are. No, he still hates me. All through class, he keeps making these nasty little remarks and calling on me unexpectedly. I can't concentrate like this. I just want to lie down and pull my pillow over my head after class, but Virginia and Ellen are already inside, talking away. Did you hear? Virginia asks in a low voice. Hear what? Ellen asks. Somebody saw Professor Potsdam walking around this weekend carrying baskets and a long white dress. So? Ellen asks. Wedding baskets! Virginia exclaims. Maybe she got secretly married. Oh! Ellen looks shocked. So, baskets are a traditional wedding thing? I ask cautiously, keenly aware that my cheeks are turning pink. Are they for flowers? Ellen asks. No, it's the exchange of gifts, Virginia replies. But if Professor Potsdam was getting married, why would she keep it a secret? Ellen asks. Maybe she married a hideous troll and didn't want anyone to see, Virginia offers before her face brightens. Or Grabiner. My cheeks must be beet red by now. That would be weird. I think you're jumping to conclusions, Ellen says dismissively. She was probably just cleaning out her closet or something. Or something is right, but with no more clues to go on, they let the matter rest. The rest of the day passes relatively uneventfully. On Wednesday, I wake up suddenly in the middle of the night. I'm not sure why. I thought I heard something. Did someone say my name? I wait a few moments, but I don't hear anything except Virginia's snoring. Back to sleep, then. Professor Grabiner sat up and looked around. How had he gotten on the floor? He saw the markings and sigils etched into the floor beside him and blinked a few times to clear his vision. When he looked up again, he saw Tori hovering in midair. The Manus had her around the throat, and he could see Tori's essence spilling out of her body as the Manus slowly devoured her soul. "No!" Professor Grabiner shouted as he got to his feet. "No! Tori! No!" But the damage had already been done, and the Manus laughed wickedly as he cast Tori's body aside. Professor Grabiner quickly rushed over to her, scooping her up in his arms as he brushed her hair back out of her face. Professor. Tori's voice is weak. He takes her hand and drops it almost immediately. It's ice cold. "What did you do?" he demands angrily. "You stupid girl! What did you do?" "Tried to save you," Tori mutters weakly. I'm sorry, Her voice trails off as her head lifts to the side, and Hieronymous can feel the spit go dry in his throat as he shakes her shoulders. "Tori, wake up. Come on, Tori, wake up. Stay with me, Tori." But it was too late. Tori was gone. Her soul had been consumed by the madness, just as Violet's soul had been consumed by goblins over 12 years ago. He had fled England and took up his post at the school in order to protect students, to teach them to know better, so that no innocent wild seed would ever have to lose their life because of their own ignorance. And now a student was dead, and it was all his fault. "Tori!" He's jolted awake by his own scream as he sits bolt upright in bed. He mumbles her name in between frantic gasps for air, pushing his hair out of his face with both hands as he waits for his heartbeat to steady itself. It was just a dream. It was just a nightmare. Tori was fine. Tori was alive. Even as he says this, though, he suddenly can't be too sure. Without regard for the time, he closes his mind and tries to reach out to her with his mind. "Tori? Tori? Tori?" As soon as he feels the faintest flicker of a connection, he quickly snuffs it out. It was just a nightmare. Tori was still alive. Tori hadn't died. But she could have. She very easily could have. He quickly pushes himself out of bed and begins to get dressed so he can sit down at his desk and begin to work. It was still the middle of the night, but he didn't want to fall asleep again. Honestly, he doubted he would be able to sleep through the night ever again.